appeared in court yesterday. Guess what? Accused of fraud. He was once an ally of the current president, that is Emmerson Mnangagwa, politically used to shield Nelson Chamisa and usurp the MDC alliance, which was then led by Nelson Chamisa. And he remained with the MDC alliance, which came with packages such as the Harvest House and almost all the properties that are owned by the MDC, specifically in Harare, including also stands. And guess what? One of the stands is the one that is putting Douglas Monzora in trouble. Greetings and welcome on your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So Douglas Monzora yesterday appeared in court, but he escaped jail sentence because he was granted bail by the magistrate court. He is accused of fraud. Apparently, Douglas Monzora, as well as the other MDC official at Harvest House, they made a deal with with a tenant who was supposed to occupy one of the stands belonging to the movement for democratic change. Apparently, the person paid about 22,000 to occupy the stand as well as to start developments. And it is said, it's a very, very funny story. It is said actually, Douglas Monzora, I don't know, the person who paid that money went to occupy the wrong stand, which was belonging to Croco Motors, I guess. And then when the person was starting the developments, the owners of the stand came and told him that he is occupying the wrong stand. He had to go back now to Douglas to alert him that he was removed from that stand. When now Douglas Monzora was supposed to take him to the stand he was supposed to occupy, it is said that the men discovered that in that particular stand which he was supposed to occupy, there was also another tenant occupying the stand. So the other tenant was told to wait for the tenant who was occupying the stand until that tenant vacated the stand. So this is what the Mnangagwa regime are now calling fraud, that Douglas Monzora took the money off the other tenant, knowing very, very well that there was another tenant in the stand belonging to MDC. It's so funny. And then that tenant goes to the wrong stands to be told by the owners of the stand that no, this stand does not belong to the purported owner. And then it's a very, very long story, but this is something that happened some years ago. We wonder why it is surfacing now. I know Douglas Monzora is going to say Emmerson Mnangagwa is targeting him because he is not supporting the 2030 mantra of Emmerson Mnangagwa. So fraud is the allegation that Douglas Monzora faces, but he would be appearing in court. He was granted bail, so he would be at home. He would not be locked up just like any other. If it was another opposition, I can tell you, you're going to hear stories that he was denied bail, and granting the bail, they said, because he was coming at his home. So it's two accused that are accused, another official for MDC, as well as also Douglas Monzora, and they are accused for actually taking the money from another tenant, whilst there was also another tenant occupying the stand. Is that fraud? I'm meant to actually look at the definition of what exactly fraud entails. It's quite an interesting story. So it remains to be seen. We are waiting for Douglas Monzora to actually definitely will convene some form of a press briefing to have his side of the story. Part of the things definitely that he will say is that Mnangagwa is targeting him because this time around he is not supporting his bid for his 2030 bid. Definitely is going to advance that notion. And also, ironically, this may be a poetic justice to Douglas Monzora. And also, if this is true also, why would you take someone else's rental money, knowing very, very well that you have someone who is occupying the stand and not actually clarifying the matters, that there is still another tenant, you will move in at such and such a time, and as a lawyer, well document that to prevent what is happening here. People open actually loopholes for ZANU-PF to penetrate them, because this is what ZANU-PF now will use to find him guilty and most probably threaten him so that he gets back to track to support Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. He was used by Mnangagwa to get rid of Nelson Chamisa from the MDC. Of course, Nelson Chamisa was the way he inherited power within the MDC, was no MDC alliance, was not proper. But I think also Douglas Monzora doing what he did at that time, it aided ZANU-PF. They could have dealt with that internally as a political party rather than actually giving a leverage to the ruling political party. So Douglas Monzora in trouble over the properties that he accumulated from the MDC. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So, thank you very much.